Well, it looks like for Thinking Men, if they're trying to avoid relegation, they're going to be taking the most difficult path to it. Down 1 in the series up against TWT on first map of Lotus. I mean, Vans, back and forth there. They started to string a couple of rounds together, but TWT, they had such a lead, and TWT kind of looking good today.
TWT definitely looking good, and again, as we see these pistol rounds, I like that I'll give them props at least for trying to come out with something new and trying to flood a little bit more with this double duelist play. But again, you could see that it was in control of TWT from the beginning to the end since they lost that op, and forcing that so early in the play around what they had pistols or something in round number 3. It really didn't give a chance for them to bring up more rounds in their favor on the defense, and that really caught them off guard at that point. They just fell into their own trap.
Thinking tried to cook. You know, they had like a 3-man C-mount push, and they were trying for creative plays, and then they would just get shut down by one nasty killjoy with sometimes enough, sometimes not. And then there's THNK who runs A. That's their turf. You got that clip right there of someone getting a 4K. Like, just everything TWT did was never punished. They won every important engagement that would establish power positions on the map. And Thinking Men, you know, they would take a pistol, an anti-eco, sometimes bonus, and that would give them a leg up, but that was the only leg to stand on.
Yeah, and it was definitely tough. I mean, TWT, they definitely just kind of look good on the day. Like, I'm looking back at all the highlights and all the different, like, 3Ks or 4Ks. I mean, when they pop around the corner and Mame's just sitting there like, oh, all right, I'm about to feast, you know? It's tough to go up against. This was TWT's map pick here, and so with the 13-9 scoreline, Vans, I definitely do think there is hope going on in the series, but it definitely is back up against the wall type of hope.
That's the crazy part too. Oh, that's the crazy part too as well. Sorry, I muted myself on our little chat. But yeah, the crazy part about Mame should be feasting is that he's playing these power positions that Lemon Kiwi's talking about, feasting on a role that he's not supposed to on a killjoy. How do you escape when you're playing that corner at the mound and there's 4 players about to turn the corner against you, yet you still get 4 kills and what? Probably still had like 40 HP or something remaining. That's the crazy part about that, and unfortunately as to what wasn't really working for Thinking Men at that point, where yes, you're trying to think outside of the box of how you want to meta the map or macro the map, but when it came down to the fundamentals, the trading, the spacing that you're doing on these swings, it wasn't working. Like 2 easy kills from Will on that A site that you saw. Just stay there, pop, done, and he just lasts his way to the bank as they get the round. So hopefully on Vine, you'll have a better chance here. There's maybe less tight angles to clear. I like to put it that way, but probably not, because it's also still hookah, U-Haul, and everything whatsoever. So hopefully it's a comp that they're just playing throughout the whole season that finally pulls out in their favor in the end.
At least when we're looking at our next map up in the series, now that we are going to Thinking Men's pick, we're going over to a personal map favorite of mine, so I'm a little biased here, but we're headed on over to Bine. And this is where we get to see a double duelist yet again, but we get to see a little bit of a different look of it coming out here, Kiwi, when we actually see some Euro gameplay. And I'm very critical of teams and their Euros, but I kind of like Thinking Men when they're pulling out that pick. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fun to see the double duelists out of Thinking Men, but it's not like the 2 duelists are really holding hands. If anything, Scrubble Bubbles has had issues, but maybe he'll fall back to the Viper. It's usually more Paint and Reformed that are going to be doing the double duelists of the Raze and the Yoru, and then how Vix, you know, on the Brim can kind of control these main entries into the site on the defense. But this is Thinking Men's choice of map, which they've been comfortable. They brought MXS to a 13-10 loss. I mean, Thinking Men lost, but they brought him really close, which tells me that Thinking Men have a lot of good strats for this.
Yeah, which I'm excited for. And I mean, they got to pull out everything at this point. They got to be pulling out their strats fans. They have to be pulling out, I don't know, whatever little lucky charm. Like, it is, like, just to put it bluntly, if they do not win this map, they're relegated. They're done.
Exactly. They have to pull out all stops. If not, unfortunately, their season gets pulled under their feet. So that is going to be something that they're going to have to come out big in terms of running this double duelist. You talked about the Reformed and the Paint working together in tandem. I think that is going to be the duo to play together, especially when you have, you know, agents that he should be playing the support role on this Yoru.
Yeah, well, our agent select is ready, so we can get that all locked and confirmed. Get underway with our second map in this series. Good luck, you two. I'll see you on the other side.
Well, good luck to Thinking Men too, because relegation is on the line. This is their last chance to keep themselves alive, but TWT put on quite a show in map 1. 13-9 looks like a close scoreline, but it felt like TWT just really dominated that map overall.
At least when you're looking at what Thinking Man's doing so far is that they're not going to this Euro, right? You're looking at this composition where they're pulling out the Gecko, so I like that. That gives a little bit of more chances to plan and work together and fight with the rest. You're not playing a double duelist at this role. You're playing a lot more standard in terms of stall by having your Viper here, but it's actually the Omen's pick still by Scrubbable instead of being a Brimstone. That's going to be the bigger question mark for me is, yes, you get verticality with your Omen, but you need more stall with, especially if you're not playing a Sentinel, to have longer smokes, right? Think about the Omen. It's only 15 seconds, while for a Brimstone, it's 20 seconds. And holding and delaying towards that hookah, it'll give you a chance to really bring that fuel up on Viper here on the defense as well. But we'll have to think about that when we get to that point. Thankfully, excuse me, at least Thinking Men are playing on the attack first. So they have an opportunity to use that verticality more aggressively with paint on this raise.
And TWT are playing the composition that they played in the past. These is their comfort picks, and you brought up all the adjustments, the different agents that Thinking Men are bringing out, and we'll see how much practice and how many scrims they really played on this, because yeah, it's like different roles too and everything. And TWT are on defense first, so it's a lot more weight on the shoulders of an attack that have to plan this out and execute, and TWT can kind of play back and watch what will unfold.
Yeah, that's it. And especially the Aster, right? We have a chance to talk about that controller instead of a Brimstone that's being used here. But at least the advantages that you have versus the Omen is that you still have Sucks for Pulse Plan. You still have one smoke and a star you place in front of the window when they're going to try to drop down. You could concuss in that point. So you still have great delays possibility and great ways to fight back against the aggression versus an Omen on this map. But we'll definitely see this unfold here now that Thinking Men are starting off on the attack with seems to be a lot of a default with no showers control, and Together We're Terrific are looking to fight back. They're going to Dizzy and Haunt out of Sands to try to get early info here.
Let's see how this goes. Pistol has gone the way of Thinking Men both times in the last map. Some early pressure, but really just Thinking Men
good damage
to a default. Oh, Viggs is quite low. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I actually think that the Dizzy or the Haunt got a ping, and that's what they smoked down towards Long B and got the spray pick onto Vix. So you're forcing out an early heal out of Lear, and he's going to have a lot less now into the mid round once they play Pulse Plan.
I guess to that point, Prowler from Thinking Men into a short. Paint is lost through some hookah extension out of TWT, hoping to get their Gecko util back. Neptune sacrifices himself, and it's a good punish out of Thinking Men, now throwing the Sky Flash into hookah. So close. And TWT come out on top.
So remember when I talked about the beginning of the game where I want to see more, wingmen being thrown out to scout on top of that Dizzy's? That's exactly what I'm talking about there. Wingman being thrown at the bottom, you throw more utility behind it, you're getting a pinch from the back here, going through the teleporter with a Haunt in the front. There's just so much util for Thinking Men to deal with that not only you have to look around the map 360 trying to figure out how to break that util, but you have to fight against players shooting against you at that point as they pinch you into Sands. So beautifully done at that point, and unfortunately that slows down the game once again here. We're gonna have another tech pause after pistol round, but you're definitely seeing here the value of this aggression that you could have out of a Gecko in your arsenal.
Can Pecky got 3 that round, so I'm wondering what buy they will end up with, but kind of like that extension out of hookah from TWT. Just have to be careful, how greedy you want to get, and that's the primary use of Gecko, is being able to pick up everything, even your ult, and use it again and again and again. And that's what I've loved out of TWT, even on Lotus, is just taking things step by step, inch by inch. And TWT, it's them that get to, I was thinking they were going to just kind of sit back and see what unfolds and put the pressure on the Thinking Men, on the executes, but they're the ones that as soon as TWT smell blood in the water, like, they will push the issue, because they obviously think they're better than Thinking Men, and they think they can get away with it.
the beauty that you have as well from playing an Astra across the map, right? You could place these stars on Sens too. You're not getting pressure towards the A side, so you could even paint shells through the teleporter. You can even seize Nate through teleporter too towards that A side. So, I mean, of course, Kempeki was playing towards Hook on that round, but it shows the different types of trap plays and possibilities you could have with Together We're Terrific's composition if Thinking Men are not working around the map to not allow this to happen here on the center point of that map, right? Sands is pretty much a no-fly zone pretty much at this point with Together We're Terrific's composition. And they have to potentially fight a little bit more here on those extremities, and orb control could be super important for them going into the attack side.
Now Thinking Men with anti-eco coming up next. Still looking for their buys, but TWT could even be investing in a Vandal.
Yeah.
So, wondering where Will wants to set up, sort of leaning towards A.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you. I think Man will still have a buy into the next round, right? So they won't be playing in an anti-eco at this point. It would be against Together with Terrific's bonus if they actually get this round here for the defense, and it's looking to be that case pretty much. So you're seeing only classics. A tap on an orb, it swings a double swing. There is that pinch capability once again. So they once again have a comp that uses a lot of teleportation crunches. So yeah, this is not looking good for Thinking Men. At least they'll get a gun round next round. That's pretty much I can say. For the rest of that, boom, you're done.
Oh, okay, you got one catching. He was not bad too, but great punish out of TWT to just put that Vandal in the showers, and as soon as Thinking Men even looked at the orb, thought about it, and there's the firing squad. So yeah, well, Thinking Men have guns now, so maybe some Valorant will be played.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so at this point, because now you've gone pistol round, you've gone second round for TWT, where you did a lot of teleporter crunches from both Sands and from outside showers. So you're already showing your ace down the sleeve on the first two rounds, and I like that Thinking Men are like, okay, we're going to avoid those spots where we can get TP crunched. So against the bonus round that TWT has, they're focusing a lot, maybe too many resources towards short A, but at least it won't get crunched by util.
Viper Wall comes up, trying to protect Thinking Men from the Heaven sidelines, putting their focus on the U-Haul, and that's where the big splash works out. Gives them control of that. Pancakes can feel some pressure as the rest of TWT are smoked off by the Omen. And TWT's retake is going well. There is even a judge from Neptune, but he's kind of far away from where Reformed is. Wizdecane coming back, and oh jeez. It's not going to be easy for Reformed and Lear to try and regain control of this while it is planted. They are getting picks at range though, dodging the high and the paint shells. A lot to worry about except the people shooting back. So
dude, that was so nice. And I think the biggest thing too out of that round on the attack had to come over to, I think that was Reform, right? That was lurking up towards that right side of the map. That could have potentially got a timing here towards that spawn. But as soon as he swung out and went back into triple, he got hit by Lear, and that just foiled that backstab plan. That was like the pivotal thing that could have switched around over in favor of Thinking Men on that post plant. But as soon as that round was discovered and realizing that, again, those guys were all focusing on playing short and playing outside of the spike after, I mean, TWT just flooded in return quite well. So this puts them here on the half-buy Stinger, small shields, trying to work as a group all towards the C side, or sorry, the C side, B side. And then they're just going to try to split late now towards this B side.
Right, the Lear is able to clear Hookah, and with this Viper Wall, at least you can see Lear's haircut is brought down to 10 HP, now nothing. Nightfall engage from the defense. Kempeki and friends just trying to slow down Thinking Men, cause some panic. You are going to hear, I think, Reformed run away. And even some teleport usage. Great shutdown on Pancakes with two. Dude. And spike down.
You do. That's another one of those calls where, I mean, we'll talk about this in a bit. Scribble Bubble maybe will be this kill against Pancakes. It's got support, though.
Remaining.
He doesn't need the help. So that's what I'm saying. You're in fort positions where it's a one and done spot, just like Mummy was on Lotus on that seaside mound. Yet Pancake still comes out with 3 kills on top of that. Hey, Reform will get a backstab kill, nice, but you're still in a 1 versus 4.
Maybe you get to have a gun.
30
for
seconds
Christmas.
left.
I don't know, but you heard the teleporter and
He gets a fourth one.
2 HP. What the heck? It's gonna better not be a quick nap. Like,
I mean, at this rate.
I know what it's looking like,
See,
but I don't want it. You know.
At this rate, that transition of floating as we're entering the map is pretty much the name of the game here. I think I'm more excited to see the details of this map than to watch this game unfold. Unfortunately, I love the Thinking Men people, but at the same time, this is hard to watch, man. Together We're Terrific are so good from the first map into the second one, where again nothing is playing against them. They're just landing every single one of these shots.
At least Lear spotted some presence there in the showers with a flash. So that'll force Reform to try and hold that angle while the rest of Thinking Men flood into the A site. Losing pain on contact is rough. And try to clear U-Haul. Okay. Wow, I thought Will had the headshot on the Lear. Got him real low. 15 HP and catches Kanpeki after a thrash down here.
Spike
Could be a
down
decent
A.
round, but now you gotta deal with Neptune on the flank, and that's where Vix will be set up for. Thrash will be picked back up to get info on the U-Haul, and Thinking Men slowly but surely are doing okay. Now the defenders are smoked off. Scrubble Bubble is ready to stand and deliver. Mame will be splitting off from their friend Neptune.
They're planning for a spawn too. I like the readjustments. The only thing is that they don't have information where the last two players are at. Mame can still get a timing, and if it delays long enough, it gives a chance for Neptune to get the backstab. They know the Thrash was there, so there's at least like a question mark that somebody's towards short A.
Or the teleport, at least from one. Thinking Men may think this is going to be after all.
Oh no, you played in the open.
Spike down A.
Playing in the open. All right, try number 2. Thinking Men get the spike down in time. Mame returns from the back, and Thinking Men are playing hidden. This is going to draw out a lot of time for Mame to clear U-Haul, to go to the backside, to see who's going to peek from heaven. You don't know what's going on in showers, so Mame's going to make noise. Hope that they just come to him, play snake bites everywhere he can, and hope that just tapping the spike will get someone from heaven to look. And yeah, that Gecko Flash hurt. So good round out of Thinking Men.
That's what I wanted to see, at least from Thinking Men. I was actually saying, oh, this is so bad and everything, because I was basically trying to cast or bless them. You know, every time I'm going against a team, and they always turn it around, so I love that. So Thinking Men is on the board, but again, I love the readjustments that we saw. A little bit of antsy plays coming out, though, from TWT on that disadvantage. The TP towards across, towards Sand was probably not the best thing you could really do here. It gave a chance for Neptune to get the backstab kill into showers, but that's it, right? They at least stuck together for Thinking Men while their teammates are trying to plant down, so good at least for the trade. Now it's looking to be semi-quick, though, towards this B side. The snake bite's going towards the front of the B ramp. They went for a flash, but the smoke really slows them down.
And Scrubble Bubble teleported all the way at the back of B Hall and ready to backstab, and here's the pincer maneuver from Thinking Men. A good entry out of paint, and Reform follows up with a second. It's a great spot for Thinking Men to try and get the objective going. Yeah, the lurk from Reform gets shut down, and TWT already have control of Hookah. Thinking Men that just have to look forward, see where those defenders are coming from, while Hookah slowly gets pushed by TWT.
I like this, though. Elbow control is huge by Pain. He could pain shells through the vent when it's being tapped. He has Showstopper on top of that.
Here. There.
See when the smoke will dissipate for Scrubble Bubble. Now the Hookah push has already begun for TWT, so Thinking Men turn their attention and they clear everything.
Yeah. Satcheling out, TPing towards the back lines too. They weren't ready for that. For Together We're Terrific. So up in the tempo is what Thinking Men were doing there, and it worked out perfectly. You kept those players at bay, forced the TP out, narrowed down the numbers of defense on that B site. There was only one player stuck in Octagon, and it's not Brock, so he's not going to get too many kills in that corner. And then beautifully done by Thinking Men towards the pulse plant in the end. And they didn't even have to waste the showstopper, so they have, once again, great opportunities to really explode now towards the site using these Seekers and showstopper. And they're slowing down towards showers first. It gets contact, and it gives a chance here for them to go for those satchels and the plays here in the back of APC. Just trying to find the right timing first.
Good thing Host plant could await them too. If they can get the pit once the plant goes down, and Seekers comes out, and it's difficult for Thinking Men to follow through with it. Now Showstopper from Pain through Showers clears that corner with a snake bite from Mame is slowing down. Thinking Men can be more aggressive, and Wingman, that's good enough
Got him.
bait. Thinking Men
Player standing.
now down. But now it's only Mame that's left in a 1 versus 3.
Spike
and
planted.
is sprinting his way over.
Yeah, it's starting to look expensive, at least. Mame will probably have to save this one. I don't think he should go for it. He has no money to work with. And at that time, I mean, he's still going to go for it.
He believes.
You do you,
I'm
King.
starting to believe.
You do you.
Green box. You do you, boo-boo. And you don't have to worry about Heaven. But now there's so many little corners. There's U-Haul to worry about. And
There, now
time
you're
not
safe.
on Mame's side. So we'll get 1 for the road, 3 away from the Viper's Pit.
Yeah. So at least
All
that's
about money.
that's twice now that Neptune is getting great value out of the wingmen to clear corners, just like a raised boombot pretty much. And thankfully, you're counting your lucky stars there for Thinking Men that the forward position that Paint got with the Showstopper turned around to at least trade out his teammate that was stuck in the corner. I think that was Reform in that corner, right? Oh, he gets a wallbang kill. Nice. But anyways, it allowed for, you see the value of that Gecko using that wingman as an extra player to swing with, which is something that Thinking Men were ready for. They went for the perfect trade instantly right after. But together we're terrific. We're starting to let this lead slip a bit here. Thinking Men, since they got the economy right and they started to work the map and there was no more shenanigans through the portal pinches, it gets a little bit difficult here for Together We're Terrific to get good value here off this comp.
Yeah, most of TWT saving. Vandal and an aggressive push, but hey, Thinking Men just a firing squad as soon as TWT emerged from
Yeah, Spike.
a short. Yeah, Spike is down, and even the Prowler to check spawn, so Thinking Men are in a very tough spot, hoping to maybe just make their way from behind, but I wouldn't want to be Thinking Men right now.
Still good trades, though. Still good trades. They have a pit on top of this, but he's low HP. That had to be the biggest kill right there because Pancakes was inside B site, was trying to cut rotates. But with him dying, this gives a big chance now for Thinking Men to get the round back in their favor.
I have the
He did just get work done on the B side, and Thinking Men did just that. So maybe I do want to be on that team after all. 16 HP from Mame is just going to save that, but that'll be now 4 rounds in a row of Thinking Men.
Not
can
yet,
actually...
though. The thing is, you have to gamble
plan.
across. Exactly. They're gambling across, and they're thinking that because Mummy's towards this B site, they're still going to try to work together and move towards B. But instead, Mummy
30
went towards the
seconds left.
A site, rating that they're going to go towards A. The good thing, though, for Thinking Men is that as they're moving towards the A site, they're playing outside from showers. So they could or go for a safe plant with a pit, or they're going to double swing and fight towards U-Haul.
Welcome
Everything's
to
in our
my
favor.
world.
There's a very close pit, too, from Showers just to help the plan.
No way.
Save
One
it,
enemy
Spike
remaining.
through it, but great shutdown out of Scrumble Bubble. And after all, it is a Thinking Men round to even things up. This is not going to be a one-sided map after all.
Definitely not. But for we were looking at it as he's walking towards that pit. It's like he's got them both lined up. He's going to kill them both with this spray. But thankfully, Scrubble was able to answer back from within the pit before it dropped here. And imagine if he actually got that kill and escape, could have played that time in that situation. But Mame is continuing his reign from that first
One
map.
enemy
Look at that.
remaining.
So lucky to get that pick back from Scrubble Bubble. Not they would have won on time, but they made it fairly expensive. This is...
Don't get in my way.
Look, it's still pretty healthy in terms of economy for Thinking Men, though, on their attack side. But the ults are now in favor of TWT for the swing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, potential
Oh, we better
Showers
be
Crunch.
careful.
Toxin screen down.
Not Showers Crunch, sorry, Sands Crunch again. Look how positioned they are behind the Viper wall. They could actually run through that and go Showstopper towards Sands too, and everything's in the makings for that, right? You have that Viper's Pit to push them towards the area of where the Showstopper is.
So you Thinking Men just trying to shoot through the Viper's Pit and see Mame is in there, but can obviously safely play around the corner, so be long. Not going to be an option. Pancakes also has a star at B hookah, so Thinking Men, best chance is going to be an A push. Here's someone jumping around at U-Haul, but there's always someone U-Haul. So you got Gecko Flash, you got Sky Flash.
Prowler also looked down towards Sands, so he didn't see anything there. So they have an expectation that the hit's coming towards A. So you have a little bit of delay right now coming out from Neptune's util, but he's still going to be first contact, so that will get max value out of his showstopper.
Smoke. Trying to cover the A site 2.5. And Payne is now caught Will mid-showstopper and thinking they converge at a perfect time. They even have the teleport from Scrubble to pressure out whoever could be sitting in A heaven. Now reinforcements from B are doing the longest route ever, not coming through the teleporter. Vix would have been ready, but TWT, I don't know.
Yeah, they gotta save.
A push.
Yeah, they gotta save at this point, but you can't really take it from Will on how he didn't connect his showstopper at that point here, chat, because the biggest thing was contact had to be from Neptune at short, and contact had to be from Pancakes out from that barrel you see at the bottom of heaven where he died, right? We'll hold that thought a bit. We're gonna save our weapons a little bit more. It seems that's it's gonna be the case. I'll let you finish around here, Lemon Kiwi, at least.
Here.
But we'll continue with the thought after.
Players
They're thinking. They are killing too. Kenpecky just hoping to keep himself safe. They're all chasing after him, and hey,
All done. Yeah.
everyone on TWT loses their weapons.
Exactly. So that's going to be a smaller
Inside
pie for
joke.
TWT. But just to get back to that point, and we have chance to talk about it now because of this timeout, but that place where Pancakes died just under heaven of the A site, his goal was to contact into showers too, right? He's jiggling in that spot, trying to figure it out so that Will, from his position, could activate showstopper and hit showers or hit short. So that was the biggest play out of that one, but you had to use bodies to find the information like a cypher cam. But because of that point, he got smoked out. You just saw there on the right side of triple. It didn't give a chance here for Pancakes to really call it out for Will to get ready. And unfortunately, Will just got backstabbed and couldn't get the rocket out on time. And that just foiled everything that TWT was trying to do there in terms of their game plan at the beginning of this round. Because if not, everything that they've got in terms of trying to find information, Kenpecky was there as this fade inside hookah to get all the information with Haunt and Prowlers and whatnot. So yeah, it was a nice little hit by Thinking Man towards in the end when you're punishing TWT in these bad positions they were at on the A site.
Do a Bucky buy, I'm on board. I'm already on board. You gotta do what you can.
Exactly.
One of the better maps when it comes to trying to cheese your way with a shotgun, besides Split. I would know I'm a cheeser. So Pancakes will be in U-Haul with Bucky, with the Bucky. TWT, you're gonna stack B long. Cover going out. Pancakes, and then they're gonna smoke it off. The better buy it, I think, and they got thrashed, so this is Thinking Men that have just made this ultimate comeback from being down 0-4 to the round leaning in their favor just based off the buy as they get ready to execute on the B off of the Vix flash. At least thinking about it.
Yeah.
You can even clear hookah with the thrash if you want.
We're just playing anti-flash whatnot towards this B side. Will's gonna try to get info at the beginning with the stinger, sees nothing there, and you're focusing a lot of resources on stacking towards this B site. It's a good call because they use util at the beginning through the TP. But right now, when they're trying to do these trap plays with the anti-flash position on Shed by Pallet, they realize now that the hit's coming more towards hookah. Oh, that's gonna hit him.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough, and Payne goes for the easy kill. At least get things flashes out of TWT. Foil the Thinking Man's plan. And this could be a thrifty Vix in a 1v4. Pancakes or TWT even maybe able to upgrade their weapon. Yeah,
30 seconds left.
Vandal. And Vix wants to keep this gun just as much for be long, and I think it's home free, but
Bucky,
get your gun out just in case. Pancakes with a Bucky. Oh, this is the first shot. You can't do
Man's
that.
gonna plant spike.
Oh, he got jump scared.
I mean, he did 140. He did 140. We'll give him that. And then the wingman just got denied too. So Vix is choosing just to save his weapon. So a really good thrifty in the end from TWT. When I thought the anti-flash idea at the beginning was quite nice, but what followed was actually amazing. A wall, a suck, a molly, and then a seize on top of that. So you're decay after decay, vulnerable over vulnerable, and everybody's just getting melted down trying to come out of hookah. That was a huge play by TWT that allowed for them to win. Look at this. The sucks right there. Snake bite. Look how much HP Paint had. He had like 10 HP running out as soon as he touched the ground. That was insane. Dizzy with a flash. That was sick.
And the quietest Gecko too. He gets hit by 140 on the buggy. I thought it missed because I didn't even hear the Gecko grunt or anything.
Yeah.
The guns were much louder. Probably will reveal some shower presence. Nightfall. Maybe TWT want to be aggressive off of this. And Neptune doing his best. Jumps up with Will and friends.
Poison's off.
And they go toe to toe. Even trades. 3v3. Thinking men now. Thinking ahead. As they can maybe get to the A side. They're already pretty much established. You just got to worry about THNK behind.
Yeah, they know. He used his Nightfall at the beginning of the round. So already after the wingman goes for a plan, Vix is watching it.
Spike sticking. Thanks, little man.
Vix can even be in a safer position. THNK will have maybe his back turned depending on how this timing goes. It's just a horrible position for THNK to be in. Like, he's just in this crossfire, and Mame walks into the lineup. So does THNK. And Thinking Men are back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, in a lead now in this game, which is actually quite nice. Something refreshing compared to the first map on Lotus. And now we actually have like another broken buy coming out from TWT. I mean, they were still pretty good on the trap plays that are setting up on that previous round, but now you're figuring out, okay, they got portal traps. They got that window pinch. Do they have anything on long B? We don't know yet. We might test it out at the beginning as everybody's leaning towards that side, but they're definitely finding a lot of value moving as a pack if they want to just brute force it into the A site from short. It's passive play from TWT here. They're going to play retake on B.
Okay, teleport. Scrubble Bubble has done this before. Usually has had the help of paint. See how the pinch goes here. Showstopper. Hoping to assist.
No way.
No way. No, what? Go get him. Oh, Muppet didn't see that coming. Now you got the flash and the boom bot. Cosmic Divide from Pancake trying to protect their half of the field. Then got the plant. They have no idea if someone's tapping it or not. You just can't hear. They got to walk past it and think of it. Have just a quicker reaction. And it's all up to THNK. 1 versus 1. And Scrubble Bubble cleans it up.
Dude, good luck trying to cast through that one. Anybody that's trying to learn how to cast Valorant. Great job, Lemon Kiwi. But yeah, I love that that just happened, and then they had to come down to a 1v1 because THNK was mowing it down right after. It got chaotic with people trying to run through the wall, and they were being met by mollies on that ground. But that initial entry, and that's the second time here that you actually have a full TP out of Scrubble Bubble all the way in the back of that corner, where that hasn't happened since like 2020, but they had to use an Omen smoke behind that, or maybe even 2021. Maybe Valen did that in the guard days or whatever. But that showstopper right into the window was huge, which didn't really allow here for Together We're Terrific to get real setup and real value. Man, THNK almost got a 4K out of that one to clutch that round for the team. That was crazy. That was freaking chaotic. But now we're back with the action, out with the pistol round. Aggression coming out from Thinking Man at the beginning, but it's waited and graded as Together We're Terrific. We're playing so far back towards spawn.
As Pancakes tries to play Star Wars here, he's going to run into 3 of Thinking Men. I don't know if they're going to check this angle. This could be a great backstab. Big turn away. Looks towards the ground now. Pancakes is on the flank, and now Thinking Men got to worry. And the plant already happened for TWT, so I mean, U-Haul and Showers hoping to have a crossfire. At least they take care of Mame. But on the flank still is Neptune and Pancakes. Now Thinking Men are just going to get surrounded. This plant should go well, you would think.
1 enemy remaining.
Perfect bait.
Bubble. Yeah. Caught in that cross, and even you got a star right on the spike, so...
Shit. Come on.
I didn't even know that Viper said that. She, you know, I really relate to that. So we'll get it done.
Yeah. You know, this is supposed to be PG, and I can't say it on broadcast, but Jet and Viper could say that? That's unfair. That is so unfair. Yeah, those agents should get fired. But nonetheless, it feels like Together We're Terrific on that pistol round definitely understood what Thinking Man likes to do in terms of aggression and the pinch out towards short A, because again, nobody was waiting there, and you waited all the way back towards spawn side on the right side for Pancakes to get that pick. That was beautifully done here for Together We're Terrific. And that puts them in a situation where they have a Vandal in the hands of Will, Bulldogs. Be fairly expensive if the trap's perfect for Thinking Man. But these guys are just looking to play off potential tap or something like that because you're just holding U-hauling behind truck.
All classic. It's all for just see if it's a classic L. The Thinking Men are just gonna be stoic, gonna stack together, throw some flashes, see who's there, no one home. Got a paranoia from Scrubble Bubble if the action were to take place A. But Will and friends are busy trying to clear hookah, and respectable. This would be a good place to bring a rifle at kind of that long range area.
Yeah.
But just to grab the Gecko util and head back, you know Thinking Men are going to play together with the pistols, so
There.
see if they read the fake.
And that's the thing too, is like even if they try to move towards this A site where the stack is, Wingman's just going to be the one planning too. So you could just stay behind while Wingman's planning and just plow everybody else that's going to try to run through this.
Okay, Thinking Men already shot the Gecko flash down. TWT with the Prowler. Pain emerges. A big win for Will and friends of TWT.
Remaining.
Man, Scrubble Bubble just got caught there too. 1 versus 5. Perform better. Save the classic.
You're going to get the orb too. There you go. So Kepeke is running towards shower. Oh, I didn't even let him get it. Mame, come on, bro. Yeah, Zenny flawless, but yeah, Mame just didn't allow Kepeke to move towards showers to pick up the orb unless he took it last second before he got the kill. But you saw that's why it took a while for Neptune to try to get a plant down. But pistol round conversion of the pistol round's quite good here for TWT. Their bonus round's actually quite good still because they got that Zenny flawless, so they don't have to invest into any weapons. And they're getting pretty close to a threshold here. And name of the game is to work towards this B site once again and maybe even throw a molly to take control of long B. Yeah, that's the case. I mean, they'll see the jump spot. Maybe he'll throw it after, but...
Very quiet. Fade util ready for
Bring them down.
B-long take. Sky Flash will detect some people, but Lear doesn't want to swing off of that. Rather play safe at corner, elbow, and Will takes early damage and don't have a Sky to heal that up, as you pointed out, so TWT, Orb's not going to get them at all. At least maybe Neptune closer to a thrash, but he's heading towards hookah, and TWT are still setting up, but it's an early first kill. You punish Lear, deny one of the flashes, but Vix is at the back site. At least Scrubble Bubble reestablished the smoke at hookah, kind of limiting Neptune, but he's going to be going in with a flash anyway. But TWT recovered the spike at peak and deciding to give up on V-Long, and Kepeke gets shut down anyway.
Yeah, lots of contact plays being done here by Thinking Men that resulted into a 1-1 trade in the long run, but there's 30 seconds left. They have to start grouping up here. And because they only saw that one player towards long B, they might think that the lean went towards this A side. But they're going to have a lot of numbers now for TWT towards the B hit.
Out of my way.
Good shots out of Reformed, and even through the flash, he gets 3 and tries to hide behind the blocks and can't. TWT have 13 seconds left, 2 versus 3.
10 seconds left.
Now having to clear elbow. Oh, at least the play was successful. The paint shield almost forced Mame out, and Gecko Flash is so unlucky. Blinds Mame, and a great retake comes out of Thinking Men.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of miscomms on who was going to plant that spike because you already saw Neptune pulling out the wingman, looks at the ground, was like, hey, I can't plant. So that was still on the back of Mame. And actually, if Neptune got that plant, that would have been a thrash potential possibility here. That could maybe turn around over and together were terrific, but looks like they still want to focus on getting more of the ults on the side of Kepeke and Mame because, I mean, ever since these past patches, it's not like, at 9 orbs to be able to get a plant here. They're trying to play the long run at this point, but they had an opportunity there. Nicely done in the end towards Thinking Men to fight that back.
There's a lot on Scrubble Bubble, too. Smoke off different parts of the map and try to slow this down. TWT
Get him, wingman.
can explore hookah, where usually Lear can throw a flash down. He has to pick whether that's going to be B-Long or hookah. We already heard some stomping in hookah, so Thinking Men trying to play as back as they can behind the Viper wall and hope to catch the entry out of TWT if they even still want to commit now that the Viper wall is up there from Reformed. Prowler and see who's playing close. Caught Lear playing close. TWT still haven't figured out how to crack that egg, and if anything, they brought Mother Goose to another site.
Yeah, and they haven't really gone control towards short or showers either, so you're going to need to leverage this Gecko ult to try to clear out towards short and U-Haul, which would allow Mummy to get a timing outside of showers.
Monster on the loose!
Oh, Thrash. Scrubble Bull's trying to paranoia. Try not to get caught by that paint. Now, Elusive through all the smoke, fire in the flames. TWT taking control of the site, and all in U-Haul together as Pain tries to bulldoze them. Will get 2. And Vix is down to a 1 versus 3. And TWT are at the other site after using the teleport.
That was still a big kill, though, for Pancakes. Drop it outside the window and get that one onto Lear. So despite that chaos that you had on that A site, they were still ready, thinking, man, to keep one player on the other side. Because in a map like Valorant or a game like Valorant these days, you don't rotate until you hear the spike get implanted, because it could always rotate last second. So the idea was actually there for thinking, man. The light bulb was up, but unfortunately the shots didn't fire on that 1v1 battle, where it cost them, unfortunately, the round here for Together We're Terrific to get a plant now, and we'll tie up the game.
And this has been a map that's gotten more and more exciting as time has gone on. When we thought it was going to be one-sided, got quickly tied up, and now Thinking Men are bringing a better fight into the second half. Vix gets to keep the gun.
We do what we do.
No one's coming through that door, even when TWT has the numbers. So we'll see who will get a lead. Because remember, everybody, Thinking Men have the fear of relegation behind them.
And that's the thing. We keep forgetting that this could put them at 0-5 and relegate them if they lose this map. So it's quite important. They feel that pressure and they know they have to step up. So the good news, at least, is that we're seeing this go back and forth for Thinking Men. But they have to fight so hard now to try to keep their run alive and not get relegated. And it's not even that. Even if they win tonight, it's not over yet. They could still get relegated. So you really have no choice here but to be pristine in the end. And this is why you're seeing so early time so many early timeout calls rather being called out here by Thinking Men, as they're still trying to figure stuff out. But overall, man, I still think that they're doing a pretty decent job right now on that defense. There's a little bit of miscoordination on how they're anchoring these sites, because that round where Paint actually got a kill onto Mummy into Showers, Mummy still got that pick into U-Haul, which resulted still in a TWT win towards the end with that late TP. So they need to be a little bit more confident on how they want to take these fights against TWT, because they're actually winning these time around, right? It's not the same storyline as Lotus before, where they weren't really getting punished except for that Showers round.
Except for that one. Well, Paint has the showstopper and picked the right site. Now Lear, with flashes, can get early info, not deciding to invest it here in the early round, not even into hookah. If anything, actually, Paint doesn't even have a boom bot. But you know, there's always someone, actually you hear now someone at Belong, so the showstopper could be a fun investment, maybe waiting to get closer.
Blinded.
Now Lear got the flashes into Belong. Second try, Paint tries to coordinate with it, and somehow TWT jump away. Great satchel out of Will.
And that's a big waste there for Thinking Men. Even better for Together We're Terrific to get that out early, because now they have the full map to work with. They still have great utility to re-clear these angles. But you see how slow this is, right? They don't have Showers control. They can't TP late. They have to clear it out on that side first, should they want to finish towards this A site. Big Keys is slowly moving there, but there's only 30 seconds left. They got to pick it up quick.
Well,
30 seconds left.
The early push going to drop down behind the box. Use snake bite to slow it down. TWT now don't have to worry about clearing close to Belong and just hope to throw a Gecko flash in. But when Mummy can't get established into hookah, that's the problem. So TWT are going to take the teleporter and pivot. They only have 13 seconds left. This is where Scrubble Bubble can try and deny this. Paranoia into Showers. You got Wingman planting, and that's a huge pick on the Scrubble Bubble. Vix tried to add a crossfire. He trades out 1-1. Spike did get planted, so slightly less stress onto TWT. But now you're in a 2 versus 3 post plant, so
Yeah.
with Will at 4 HP is still a lot to deal with.
Kill brings out
Last
Showstopper
player
here.
standing.
Oh, he's not going to use it.
Has to play hide and go seek and swings, but Thinking Men were ready and supporting each other. So Thinking Men will take the lead.
That was a nice try. I mean, the paranoia was perfect in that position from Scrubble Bubble. But when you're throwing that paranoia and it's like, oh, it's just going to be a wingman planning, well, that foils all the plans, right? So at least for TWT, they got that plant down. But Thinking Man, from that delay that you had from that paranoia, give a chance there for the last 3 players to work together, being topped off by a leader, making sure that they're comfortable. They know the amount of time that they have left to retake that site. So they could just hold towards spawn and move in as a group. So nothing more I could really add on to that. The silver lining is that you still got a plant for TWT. But remember, we mentioned they didn't have showers control, they didn't have short control, so it took them a little bit more time to re-clear that spot on that TP. So these late positions, these late lurks, they need more forward positions now on that right side.
Toxins going up.
Formed, ready to pinch with Paint and Teleporter, and this is where Paint has to go big, and Neptune turns the burns onto 2. TWT really are resilient, and they got the firepower. Will with the showstopper right into Lear's face. TWT just clearing every corner. They got Wingman planting. Just textbook execution.
Yeah, and the other ones are just running back to save. Nicely done in the end. Textbook execution, but on top of that, great heads up play to understand the showers crunch. Like, oh, you're going to try to do that? Well, we've been doing that against you on that first half of the different comp, right? Remember that. So we could actually just react a little bit better here against how Thinking Men was trying to fight back in that spot. So very nicely done. This becomes a Zenny flawless unless they're chasing down these last 2 kills, which I would not be against it, right? That would keep the economy quite low for the team, for their opponents in the next round. And Neptune's trying to find it.
If they take the teleporter, maybe Scrubble Bubble can see what pops out, and actually Will won't even come out the door, so TWT even things up, and
Okay, I only have like
giving overtime
78
vibes.
grenades
And
left.
I like Thinking Men
Hopefully
just
that's
putting
enough.
it all on the table when it's series point for TWT. Just gotta show up or show yourself out.
Yep. And they have a wall being set up this time around for TWT that leans a little bit more on that left side so they can try to creep up, holding that wall on the right. And I like it. You're trying to do some sort of a showers crunch potentially here, because this Molly should be going out towards showers. There's that walk. They don't even need the wall. Who cares? They're just going to brute force it up, satchel across, and try to get this plant.
Right? Early aggression at the TWT and the first pick.
Nice shots.
Paint just gets away with murder, literally. TWT try to clear the back side straight down from Mummy, but there's more to do. Vix now has the thresh, and he's right there casting it, so that's awkward. 2 versus 2 now. With both the defenders coming through heaven, and use the paint shells to clear that. Got the spike, got the flank, got half
the
the
weapons.
site, got some hooks, and Thinking Men now have time on their side.
Yeah, they got the weapons too. Thinking Men don't. Now that weapon picked up, definitely hurt. Reforms down. It's
One enemy
so hard for Lear. Oh,
Seek them out.
Found you. Oh, he believes he's actually getting traded on the wall. TWT. Oh, that was clutch. That was clutch.
the nerve from Kempeki to run up with a classic and right-click classic his opponent behind the Seekers was sick. But that was a lore buy by Thinking Men that could have turned it around to give a chance for Thinking Men to close it out. You were mentioning who's watching U-Haul. There was actually a player there, which was perfect. They got the first kill, but they didn't expect that Paint was hiding inside that corner, which allowed for him to get 2 free kills right after. So again, sometimes in these games, you just have to bait your teammates and use the surprise factor in your favor, and it almost did.
Bait your teammates. I'll remember that you said that.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Mama gets crunched. Reform goes for 3. And Thinking Men's defense. The aggression pays off, and now Pancakes is like, guys, we weren't even done talking about the plan, and the plan is it's Joker.
Definitely Jover. They went so quick down towards the short. Looks like Together We're Terrific weren't ready of how quick that was going to go. on their end. And yeah, that was nothing more you could add on to that. Caught with their pants down. They have to reset this time around. But because of that, the 2 rounds that they strung together, they still have a last-minute buy that they can pull out this time over. Thinking Man, same thing. Full gun round, 2 small shields, so they're a little bit weaker in that type, on that point. Sorry, but Util's still really good for all of these players. Thrash once again might be the play to try to clear out towards Octagon if they could actually use this Thrash. If they want to clear out Hookah and bounce it across here into Octagon to pinch in.
And if TWT can get established, then someone's just peeking into a tree like that. The Cosmic Divide would help in the post lane a lot. No, that's taking care of the close holders there from Thinking Men. Scrumble Bubble. Here's someone stopping on the other side of the globe. Now Vix will set up the flash for them. So Scrubble Bubble emerges. Now everyone's in the pit. So gotta find these snakes. Got Wingman just running around. Good distraction for Scrubble Bubble to see if anyone's gonna shoot at him. See if they're where the targets are. He's actually gonna go above. He's got the planter right below him.
Huge.
Scrubble Bubble is going crazy right now. And we'll get 3 and the defuse for Thinking Man to get the lead back.
Well, that was so huge by Scrubble Bubble towards the end. I talked about how much utility you had for all 10 players and didn't care. Everybody was just spraying through walls on B, towards Hookah, towards Long. But Scrubble Bubble's timing through that Viper's Pit and even walks into it to get information on the planner, 1 player towards elbow, and then getting that 3rd pick. He did everything by himself. And it's not because he's playing Omen or anything. It's just because it's Scrubble Bubble, right? Look at that. He gets an easy kill into the planner. He knew that the 3rd player was already towards the elbow, wins that fight against Mame. That's just game sense over composition here where, again, it doesn't really matter that he's pulling an Omen or not if he's able to frag that way. So I like that. I think this pulls out a TWT timeout, of course, because they're looking pretty close here for Thinking Men to push this into a 3rd map and us understanding a little bit more as well as to why they chose buying on this comp change as they brought out as well. They're not playing this Raise in Euro that we usually seen here towards the first stage of Bind, or sorry, first stage of the NA Challengers presented by Knights. But it's this comp is really working out here for Thinking Men.
It is. It's been fun to see Scrubble Bubble frag just like a duelist, and to go into the pit with 3 players in there and coming out with the dub is insane to me. And he had some, he did it all himself, sure. There was some assistance from the Gecko. He had the flash before the pit came out, and then you got the Wingman running around. Just trying to bait them out, but yeah, Scrubble Bubble just making great decisions. Having a great bounce back after getting first blooded so many times, and Bladestone's not working out. He's really trying to pull through for his teammates when it matters the most. And you got a Prowler, since Thinking Men like to hold close on B-Long. Not really much that Kenpeki got there.
I'm just going to try to walk into U-Haul for a contact, thinking that the wall would just be a Viper lurk up into tempo, playing retake for Thinking Man. It's going to be a 5v5 potential.
The plan has already started. Scrubble Bubble's trying to spray through it, but couldn't deny Wingman from destiny. And from his job, his duty, of course. But now TWT can take control of U-Haul and Thinking Men at the backside. Pancake's gonna draw the stars right onto the spike. Paint misses that showstopper. That's crazy. I thought that hit for sure. And someone's sticking to the fuse, and a great snake bite to deny that from Mame. The fuse continues, and Thinking Men just have to protect it. Another snake bite denies it. TWT.
Last player standing.
Stuck in showers, and Scrubble Bubble is left alone after a double kill made from Will. Oh, this is going the distance.
No way that you let that happen. Together we're terrific. The whole time was playing post plants, walking up, going for a plant. All 3 of them that delays into a spike are holding down towards Palm Tree, which is why you saw the stars coming down. The snake bite lineups coming out from Palm Tree. The Thrash coming out from the same spot, delaying enough time for Will to come through with the paint shells from showers to delay even more. You talked about the amount of util there, and it was nothing that Thinking Man could have done out of that. For them to still have a showstopper, a lower buy, converting into a dub, breaking almost to the brink the economy of Thinking Man, this might be a turning point right here for Together We're Terrific.
Toxins going up.
Cheeky aggro there from Thinking Men, and Showstopper coming from B-Long, and I don't even know if he got it off. I think he died with it. Either way, Thinking Men counting their blessings that they didn't get first blooded with Thinking Men coming out of hookah. The Showstopper. Ideally would have gotten more, but
haven't seen Mame do these, or anybody, as a matter of fact, from thinking Together We're Terrific on the Showers lurk. So this might be an opportunity for a backstab here if Mame could get this pick.
Oh, got discovered. That's not good. Mame will escape into the shadows and hope that there's some friends that come and help him out. But TWT, depending on how this goes, up across the Viper's wall, and Scrubble Bubble tumbles down to all the dominoes. And now Thinking Men have control of the spike. They're gonna about to have all 3 members there, so Mame just
30 seconds left,
I guess.
Yeah, again, just being so good on these timings that he's getting Scribble Bubble that is outside of elbow, getting 3 free kills of players not looking at him, just like that round where he snuck into that pit. I don't know what he does, but he's just always able to outread his opponents at this point. We mentioned, if you couldn't get that pick here from Mame from Showers, you have to activate on the other side of the map so that now your lurker has extra value once again, because the jig was already given up. And unfortunately, they all got side swapped.
Screen down.
Or side swiped by Scrubble Bubble. He just swiped no on every single one of those, saying you're not getting into the site. And yeah, now it's match point for Thinking Men. Pendulum back on their side, and an opportunity to bring this into overtime because of the showstopper that Will does not have anymore for Together We're Terrific around this lower buy.
Yeah, Scrubble Bubble's just hitting differently. I can appreciate the creativity out of Thinking Men. You know, you went for an aggro push out of hookah, you tried the showstopper, nothing happened. And then you just get taken care of, so. Scrubble Bubble, great job saving the round. Now, 1 round away from sending us into a deciding one. It's a tactical timeout again. And we got ults to work with. We got Nightfall, Cosmic Divide. I've been waiting to see how Pancake's going to use that, because last time we saw it kind of cutting off B, and I can't remember exactly how the round went. I want to say Thinking Men just like ran through it and just killed everybody. So that could cause a lot of chaos having that Cosmic Divide.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. It was if I remember correctly, it was a Kempeki double spray in the end when they bought up, when he upgraded from a Stinger into a Vandal and almost got that pick. It came down to a 1v1. So yeah, they did a great job creating a lot of ruckus with the Cosmic Divide. And that was towards the B site. But as you see this timeout, of course, here from Thinking Men, the last timeout that they're using here for regulation that's available for both of these teams, it's to try to close this out, right? There's been a lot of moments where Thinking Men were so close to closing out the map and they let that slip. And you definitely don't want to let Together We're Terrific get this into an overtime round, because your momentum and your morale definitely gets deflated at this point. And they understand this, right? When that Cosmic Divide was available here for the attack side, it was towards the B site. So Reform's already throwing a very early pit here towards this B side.
And Paint bought a judge. If this pit forces everyone into this judge from Paint, that would be hilarious. But TWT funneled into hookah, using Boombot, using the Gecko Flash, and now TWT can, you would think, could safely move up, all thanks to that Astra smoke, but deciding now to fake it towards A.
Yeah, I mean, a Nightfall being used here that's weighted by Kempeki to make sure that they clear out U-Haul and Towels will give a chance for the other 4 to walk out here and fight out from the A side through the Cosmic Divide, because getting no information on left side gives them a lot of information that they could fight U-Haul and also towards right side Towels. Or right side, sorry, Showers.
Yeah, Nightfall and Cosmic Divide used at the same time, so that TWT can force these uncomfortable engagements close, getting the spike down. Pain has to decide, does he want to push past this Cosmic Divide with the judge? Depending on how close they are, and it's not going to hear much on the other side of it.
Blocking this concealment.
All 5 members alive as the spike ticks down. TWT, the retake that could win the map, to go to the deciding one. It's the first blood for Lear.
Oh.
Traded Mame with 2. So many smoked in their way. At least they got sights on the spike. And Vix Who could have expected someone there? Unfortunate timing. Snake bite now gone. Any chance for Scrubble Bubble to get this at half? Neptune getting damage and forcing him off. It's a win for Scrubble Bubble in a 1v1.
He'll get it. He'll get it.
Second.
Oh my God!
Denies it at the last second.
Switching sides. Overtime.
No freaking way!
Oh my God.
It came down to a spray, dude. Yes, the last second on top of that with how well they held towards that showers on the pulse plan together were terrific. And once again, it's Scrubble Bubble, the one almost clutching it for the team. Inches away of getting to the fuse. And the last few bullets of that Vandal, I mean, I never counted so fast how many bullets was being emptied out of that chamber, out of that clip from Mummy. Yeah, he still lands that shot. Thankfully from the damage that was done initially by Neptune there with his own spray. And now we're going to extra innings. This is the nice back and forth that we wanted to see. But we talked about it, right? The OT, how much this could potentially demoralize Thinking Men now on these extra rounds. And they're trying to go for an early Hail Mary to control here towards this B site.
Now, sort of zoning off Hookah there at the Viper wall. Now all the smokes are gone. It's an open road for Thinking Men. No, the Viper wall's back up and gets some early damage into Neptune. Ain't satchling. Mummy hears it and they converge onto him. And Lear is trying to walk up. Unfortunate timing for him. Neptune is just better. Thinking Men trying to get the pick. And this is tough. This thrash has to be big. It has to get a detain, and I don't think it did. Now Thinking Men are completely cut off from their own spike. And TWT are tapping it. Maybe able to get halfway, if not more. Thinking Men got to spray through it. TWT are getting away with this. They take the round.
Oh, no. Not like this. Not like this if you're Thinking Men.
Match point.
Getting full diffuse, so much util against you. The Viper Wall, the Nebulas. Oh my God, I haven't called an Astra Smoke by its name in a very long time. The Astra Smoke there towards Long B that still allowed the players up to Together Were Terrific to converge and defend Kempeki going on to defuse. Currently at 22, 18, and 10. Pivotal right now on how Together Were Terrific are clutching these rounds on in their plays rather.
Saw you, Mosh.
And Thinking Men now they have to reassess. Lear going for a jump. Oh, that was it. Yes, we both did that. Because usually in those moments these days, crosshair placement's so good on the professional scene that usually that results in a headshot on a jump spot. So thankfully, Lear stays alive to double up towards Hookah, and at least they could take control of that so they could rotate from spawn and fight for a B site retake.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that TWT are getting smoked off their own spike, so it's like very hard to, very stressful to just hope that the ping is accurate and you spray through it, but Lear knows off the flash, off the Trailblazer, that still someone be long. Just completely smoking everything out though. Scrubble Bubble, making sure Hookah is gonna be difficult to traverse. Thinking Men adding paint to the picture.
They're just leveraging Mummy to try to make some sort of play towards short, looking up here in case there's info gathering coming out from the B side.
Lear in the corner. Has to catch it. Actually gets Gecko Flash. Huge play out of Neptune, but paint support gives Thinking Men the upper hand. 3 for him this round. 13-13. Overtime continues.
We reset now. We reset. This time for Thinking Men, huge round by paint on that 3K. That dizzy that was thrown out of Hookah that actually got that hit on pallet probably would have been everything for Together We're Terrific to start getting into the site. Again, heroic plays done by Pain, but also unsung hero on that great util being thrown by Reform to keep those players at bay and not allowing for them to jump outside the window. So this gives a chance now for Thinking Men. I think they might up the tempo here, and the orb's going to get thrown. They're going to try to go aggressive towards showers. The same thing for Together We're Terrific, though. They're trying to find early information and stay outside of that radius, though, as it doesn't hit anybody. Look at that instant rotate from Together We're Terrific towards this B site. A beautiful read by Thinking Men to hold towards the spawn and give them a chance here to play the advantage entering the A site, as there's only pancakes there.
Thinking Men still cutting noise and being careful because Fade Util just got used in the showers, so they don't know if Kanpeki is there. Thinking men in overtime. Don't want to make any mistakes, and Pancakes is that anchor at the A site. Short, that showers. Trailblazer comes out. Not gonna spot Pancakes, but you're gonna hear him. He's smoked off all thanks to Scrubble Bubble, and Thinking Men started the plant. Also watching mid too. This is a great position for Reform, but all the action is gonna come from the top of the site. TWT leading that with the Prowler. And they gotta wait for reinforcements too in time. Not on their side. Thinking Men just protecting their flank too with the snake bite. Now it's a U-Haul scramble. Tough. No kills yet until Neptune and Kanpeki collapse. And Thinking Men just have to hold their side of the field. And emerging is Mame, coordinating with Will on a crossfire. And Lear in the corner gets 2 and 3. And Thinking Men with the advantage.
Once again, huge for Thinking Men.
Switching sides.
Once you start things off and you have a site that's so open, you still have so much utility on that pulse plan coming through from Thinking Men. And with that forward position that you've gone, the rotate coming back, they didn't have an opportunity there for even the defenders on together were terrific to throw a hot dizzy to try to re-clear the site in their favor to get information. And that just allows for you to play these tucked angles, these tucked quarters from Thinking Man and just catch everybody off guard. Now that this Thinking Man is back at map point, looking to push this into Breeze if they can. Same thing. Yeah, TWT, same mosh being thrown towards Octagon, pushing Lear away. This might be a change of pace, though. This time we have Vix towards the front to try to get info. That's 2 sets of shots that's being done there. You're using a lot of util to take control of the orb here at the top of Long B to start.
Almost a cool combo there with Vix and Lear, like you said, throwing util, but then Lear lost vision because of the Viper wall coming up and maybe a smoke, and then Lear taking risks, and Mame protected by the most sturdy box IKEA could provide. So now first blood for TWT. Stomping over at the A site. Yeah, Paint is there, the sole survivor of this defense on A, hoping to buy time.
Toxin screen
Even go out with a bang, ideally. Teleporter on the flank, too. And Paint with 2 even denies the plant, just sneaking around. But more than enough time for Thinking Men to really shake up this plan.
I like this. So there's 30 seconds left, so they want to push towards the spawn to fight against Lear.
Piss off.
30 seconds left.
Indeed, piss off. Now you got 2. Neptune
Rotate to B.
and friends chasing down Lear at 66. And Pecky against Lear. Headshot just cleaner out of Lear. It's Neptune getting the plant just in time. All thanks to Wingman. And you got the flash out. You know, there's some hookah action. Neptune wants to catch them as they're jumping down. A 1v3 to save this for TWT. You heard the drop.
The kill gets him thrash.
Sprays. He can even safely use it. Oh, there's swing! He only gets 1! And Thinking Men force the 3rd map.
The biggest kill by Lear when they were pushing towards that spawn to fight that one against that Viper towards that bottom and win that round for TWT and able to push us to a 3rd map. This went back and forth and it almost felt another one of those storylines where like, oh my God, please, Thinking Men, just don't do this to us, please. And finally, at least they close it off and we get to see a 3rd map.
Was not expecting that. There's still some fight left in them. And everyone's winning their map picks, and well, now we understand why they do just that. So everyone, get your popcorn. We're going to throw it to one last break. When we get back, we're finishing this.